Hey guys, it's literally 8 o'clock in the morning on a Monday and I'm making a YouTube video. So basically I have really lacked on videos. Alright y'all, I know I've been gone. Oh, that's not a very pretty view. For a minute. Yeah, it's been a while. That's all I'm gonna have to say. I'm really sorry, guys. Unfortunately, I don't really know what happened. I just spend all my time with my boyfriend now, and I have completely lost motivation to film long videos, but I'm getting it back. That's not the point. The point is, I'm getting my motivation back, and I will be posting for y'all. I swear on my freaking life, that I will try and post. Literally, I want to go back to 3 times a week. I want to be consistent and, engaged, and everything else that you could possibly freaking imagine. And I promise that I will literally be all those things for you guys, because you guys all fucking deserve it, because you're all so amazing, and I love you. Anyways, yeah, I will post more. I swear, guys, I'm so sorry. I've just been so worried about, school and everything that I literally have not had a chance to make a video. I literally, haven't read a book in, so freaking long, but I know this video is very long awaited because I told you guys I would have it out, 2 weeks ago, and I never even made it. So today, we're going to be giving you guys advice. Now, I had a lot of responses for this. And unfortunately, I'm going to be very unable to get them all into one video. So I'm going to be making 2 videos. They will probably be out a week apart maybe, because I don't want to send one out right after the other. So I'm going to put out 3 videos this week. 2 of them will be advice videos, and 1 of them will be a story time, because I know you guys are waiting for that. And yeah, I promise you, I solemnly swear on everything that I own, I swear on my life, I swear on my mom's life, I swear on literally everybody, that I will have this video out for you. I promise, and if it's not, then I don't know what the fuck's going on and why I'm not fucking getting on top of this shit. But anyways, let's just get right into the video. I have notes for this because I tried to film this video twice actually. The thing was, I did not like the recordings because I just kept saying so I have notes that I have made. They are all my original ideas. I want everybody to know that they are all original thoughts and ideas and responses to the things you guys are asking for advice on, and that is why I will have my laptop out, and that's what I will be reading. But anyways, with that being said, let's just get right into the video, because I kind of don't really want to wait any longer, and plus my family's gonna be home in a little less than 10 minutes. So I am not doing this in any particular order. Obviously you guys don't really know how the order works, because what the hell? Excuse me. Order. I answered the ones that I felt were I knew exactly what to say, because there are some of them and I kind of have to think about it a little bit more, but there are some that I'm oh, I know exactly how to help you with this. So I'm going to be answering those ones, and then I promise that the next one I will be answering the rest of whatever it is that I have left over. So with that being said, let's just get right into answering these. By the way, guys, these are literally all anonymous. I sent you guys out a Google form, and you guys answered. So these are all anonymous, and so let's just get right into it. So the first one that I'm going to answer is, how do you tell a friend that you don't want to be friends anymore? Or how do you tell a friend about something they could improve on? Stuff like that. Here's literally what I have to say to you, that being honest is literally the best thing that you can do. Not only for yourself, but for them as well. Because I think that a lot of the times, people aren't honest with each other because we're so worried that we're going to hurt somebody's feelings that we kind of don't want to tell them something that they can improve on. Or even just that, you don't want to be around them, or that, you don't want to hang out with them and you don't really want to be their friend anymore. We're so worried that, about people's feelings, that we really don't like being honest with them. And yes, being worried about people's feelings is such a valid thing. And I get it, because I worry about people's feelings literally all the time. But I think that, if you want to stop being friends with someone, there's 2 ways that you can do this. So one way is to just like distance yourself from that person very slowly. Because sometimes, we don't really know why we don't want to be friends with someone anymore. We just kind of are like over it. And, we just don't really want to hang out with them. And the simple and best thing to do is just distance yourself, Just, slowly like stop texting or calling and then hanging out and, And then eventually, you guys like, you never kind of like fully cut them off, but you just kind of like stop talking. Now, sometimes that doesn't always work, and that can go in a very negative direction, because I've been on the other side of that where somebody kind of distances themselves from me, and it does hurt for that other person, which is why I kind of recommend that but don't recommend it. Like, if you're kind of distancing yourself from somebody who has like lots of other friends and other people to hang out with, then yeah. But if you're kind of like distancing yourself from like your best friend or something like that, like, that's kind of, hard. But the second way is literally to just be straight up with them. Honesty is the best policy, and just being straight up with that person and saying like, listen, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. Whether you have a reason or you don't have a reason, being straight up is kind of always the best way to do it, in my opinion, because you're just being honest, and a lot of people don't like to be honest, and it's just better to be honest. But I understand how hard that can be, which is why I don't really know how to give advice on this, because I totally get like how hard it is to kind of try and not be friends with someone. But yeah, I think just be straight up, and that's the best thing you can do. As for like how to get somebody to improve on stuff, is also just being honest. And I know how hard it is to be that friend who has to like tell someone like, listen, you need to fix this and you need to fix that. But sometimes those friends are so needed. Anyways, moving on, because what I wrote for this next one is really, really, really long. So this next person said, how do I stop comparing myself to others, especially girls? Like, literally every time I do something, I'm comparing it to someone else. It's honestly so frustrating, and my self-esteem is non-existent. And it's even worse when I see a gorgeous girl. It makes me feel so ugly at times, so how do I stop it? Guys, I got you, because I know how it feels to be there. So, this one is hard, because it's really hard to not compare yourself to others, obviously. I get it. I really do. But something that I have kind of come to learn, and you will too, and everybody will, is that we're all made differently, like, for a reason. And I know how cliche that sounds, but listen, I have always had this really like weird obsession with like just kind of like talking about like how everybody is different. Like, literally when I was in freaking grade 5 till grade 7, I wrote, because they made us write speeches every year, right? For 3 years, I wrote a speech on like being unique, right? It was my favorite thing to talk about, okay? And I still do believe everything that I said at that time, obviously, because at the end of the day, we're all made differently, and it's supposed to be that way, We're not supposed to be perfect. So, sorry, texting me. I was wondering, can you hold me down? Anyways, yeah, we're all meant to be made different. We were never meant to be made the same. We're all different. There is beauty in our flaws and in our perfections, Trust me, I get it. I see it all the time in myself. But the thing is, we're just so overtaken by beauty standards and social media that we think that we have to look like this cookie cutter person, Don't get me wrong, I see girls on TikTok all the time, and I'm like, hey, why don't I look like that? But, reality is, I don't want to look like that, because, yeah, are they beautiful and are they gorgeous? Absolutely. But they look like every other bitch. Like, I'm sorry, but the copy and paste is crazy, in my opinion. And, like, trust me, I'm not trying to sound like a hater, and I'm really sorry if I do. But, like, I like it when we don't all look the same. If we all look the same, things would be really fucking boring. Like, that's just reality. I'm just reading my notes, guys. I'm really sorry. This one's really long. I'm trying to remember where I am. Yeah, so due to social media, we kind of forget that, we're all made differently and we're all supposed to be different, Hold on. So yes, we may see somebody who, we think that they're better looking than us, but like, do you really want to look like them anyways? Like, you are who you are because of the way you look, Like, you wouldn't be yourself if you looked like every other copy and paste girl on TikTok. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure that to some people I look like that copy and paste girl on TikTok, okay? I get it, There's always going to be somebody that we think is prettier than us, and there's always going to be somebody that we think is uglier than us. And as rude as those two things sound, that is just how we think for some reason. We will never, like, there are so many people who are, like, very just kind of, like, they're ugly, they're pretty, they're this, they're that, blah, 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 blah. Reality is, we're all beautiful, because guess what? We're all human, okay? We all have flaws, we all have perfections, we all have everything, and we don't need to compare ourselves to other people just because we think that they're perfect. Because I guarantee you that perfect person that you're looking at looks at somebody else and thinks that they're perfect. Or even looks at you and thinks that you're perfect, I do that all the time, okay? I see people and I'm like, okay, hold up. Why can't I look like that? But I guarantee you that person maybe looks at me or maybe looks at, 10 other different people and they want to look like them. Because that's just how we work. I don't know why, but that's just how we work, It's a really weird thing to, like, think about, because there is not a single person on the face of the earth who does not compare themselves to somebody else. There is not one person who does not look at somebody else and think, damn, I wish I had this of theirs, or I wish I looked like them, or I wish I whatever, because if there is a person out there like that, then I am so sorry for what I just said, but I have never met a person who doesn't compare themselves to somebody else, or doesn't, or who doesn't, like, dislike something about themselves, because that's just how we are. We're human. We're meant to be like that. We're meant to do that. Yeah, so I'm speaking from personal experience because I spent a very long time hating the way that I looked. But that was also just because, the people around me didn't really help. They didn't really try and make me like the way I looked. They just kind of further made me hate the way that I looked. And I spent so long mad at myself, because of my hair and the acne and, my face and just my nose, my body, everything. Like, I just spent so long pointing out all of my flaws, like every single thing that I did not like about myself. I spent so long pointing out and complaining about. I have a weird bump in my nose. My jawline's not that sharp, okay? I have a really odd, unproportionate body. My arms are too long, my legs are too long, I'm too skinny. I can't wear certain clothes because I just look weird in them. I don't like wearing skirts because my legs are too skinny. I don't like wearing leggings for the same reason. I don't look good in leggings and a hoodie. I love wearing jeans, but sometimes people say they're too fancy, so I don't wear them as much. I don't really like dressing in, like, sweatpants and a hoodie because I think I look like a slob. Meanwhile, other people can pull it off really well. I hate my acne because everybody else I see has perfectly clear skin, so why can't I? I don't like my eyebrows. They're uneven. I have an unsymmetrical face. It's weird, and I'm pretty sure it's just because I sleep on my side, We always point out our imperfections. But the thing is, our imperfections to us are what make us beautiful to somebody else. And I know mainly from posting on the internet, because when you post on the internet, yeah, there's an abundance of haters, and trust me, I've gotten my fair share of hate comments, but there is a lot of love too. And there's a lot of people who will be like, oh my god, Victoria, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, you know? But I look at myself and I'm kind of like, no, ew, why would somebody think I'm beautiful? This, and that. But at the end of the day, like, I think that, but not everybody else thinks that. All you have to remember is that literally everybody is comparing themselves to somebody else, and you're not the only one out there doing that. Please don't forget that. You are beautiful the way that you are, and there is no shame in the way that you look, because you would not be yourself if it wasn't for the way that you looked. I would not be Victoria if it wasn't for my weird nose, uneven eyebrows, unsymmetrical face, weird lanky body. You know, that I wouldn't be me if I looked like every other cookie cutter person. Now, give me one moment, please.